Ted Rusk back. One of the most iconic openings. Here we go. The desert highway coming in my head. Warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. That's the boys from California, the Eagles. They wrote a lot of their songs out in the desert while you go out there in the middle of the desert. Well, it's fucking hotter than hell out there, but you're going to get back to, get down to earth, back to Mother Earth. That's what you'll get. I mean, to give you the idea, that desert goes up to 113, something like that in the summertime. They'd go out there, carry plenty of water, I'm assuming. They'd drop some acid out there and then pull the guitars out and start playing. And I'm like, I don't know, it sounds a bit counterintuitive, if you will, but I don't know. Once you start thinking about it, I've got a guitar. I've never done that. I've never been out in the fucking heat of the sunshine, well over 100 degrees. I've never been outside like that. Take my shirt off, I suppose, or I don't know if they'd set up a tent or something, maybe. But I could do it. I'd probably set up a tent. If I had a tent, one of them little, well, you can't use one of them real low lawn chairs because you can't hold your guitar very good, but, just, yeah, even the kind with arms on them, not good for a guitar. Maybe just an old cut-off log, give me a 24-inch diameter silver maple piece of wood, maybe about 2 foot tall. And you just sit on that, maybe play your guitar. That's the way it ought to be. This one, I was going to make a video, and this is what it's going to be right here. When I turned this on, I was saying, it's just going to be random. But a little bit ago, I thought about one. When I heard one of the famous quotes from a Hoosier musician, songwriter, great guy. You see a lot of articles about Americans losing interest in basically everything, even living, It's not that everybody's wanting to commit suicide, but not that many people are bothered by the idea they're going to be gone. It's like, what are we leaving behind here? It's turned into just one big crap hole. So anyway, famous musician John Mellencamp, or as he started out as John Cougar, then he transitioned to John Cougar Mellencamp, and finally to John Mellencamp. He says, oh yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. Oh, Mellencamp, some people say his music's just bubblegum pop, but there's a lot of good lyrics in there. Don't ever discredit him on lyrics, man. I fought authority. The authority always wins. Yeah, that's the way it works, right? Well, here's I'm going to tell John Mellencamp. I emailed his fan club and was actually answered by, I believe it was his niece or nephew or something, or niece and nephew, something like that. It was 2 people that were managing his account. And what I'd like to mention to John Mellencamp personally is this. Because you support the blue party, okay? Ted Nugent supports the red party, okay? Guys like me who are independent, I'm a Hoosier, I'm from Ogden, Indiana. I've been an independent pretty well all my life. I was a Ross Perot supporter. I am totally anti-party person now. And I would like to ask Mr. Mellencamp, why don't you leave the blue party and stand with us, independents? We want to get rid of all parties. All political parties, gone. Boom. Put us in power. Let us write our own election reform. We'll fix this mess. And we need some celebrities, celebrity support. That's the best place to start. And I can say this, Mr. Mellencamp, I know where you were raised in Seymour. I used to run the tree crews down there for Public Service Indiana. Back when your mailing address was in the Public Service Indiana directory, because you had a meter with us, you know. So I remember my friend showed me that. I said, "Look at this. Here's John Mellencamp's house, and yeah, there's a meter there. It says John Mellencamp." I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. That and 50 cents will get you a can of pop." But anyway, always had the greatest respect and loved Mellencamp's lyrics, you know. The little pink houses and, Jack and Diane, isn't it? Like all those other dreams. It was about a kid being told he could be president, like all those other dreams that kind of came and went. Oh, ain't that America? Come on, Mellencamp. Put your money where your mouth is, okay? Join us, we the people, veterans, ordinary people on the streets. Nobody that's Democrat or Republican is welcome in our group. You give up your party first, then you join us. Come on, Mellencamp. Let's do it together. I'd like to keep listening to your music, but I quit listening to you and Bruce Springsteen, Ted Nugent, and Kid Rock because y'all chose these sides, you know, red, blue. You know what? Free for all. I love that. Got me a rock and roll band. It's free for all. When in doubt, I whip it out. Well, I love Ted's lyrics too. They're a little bit nastier than Mellencamp's probably. You know, I love Bruce Springsteen, but these guys need to learn. Do not get on the side of one of the two parties. And Napoleon once said, I've repeated this many times on my videos, and I always will. Okay, Napoleon said a civil war, which is what you got here, you got red versus blue, is when your government tells you what the two sides are. A revolution is when the people figure it out on their own. So, Mellencamp, Springsteen, Ted Nugent, Kid Rock, all you guys that are taking sides, join us. We're the third side. We're bigger than both of those sides put together. We're non-voters and we're independent voters. Add those two together and we probably double the numbers of the Republicans and Democrats together. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. And I'll get this posted. We'll put it on Mellencamp's website. Take care. God bless. Love y'all.